Alright, hey everybody, welcome to part 19 of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. When we last left off, Sten was on his own. The rest of the party had been captured by the General Shupkay, so it was up to Sten to save him. First we're going to go to the basement and raid some supplies. They warned us to look out for demons down here, but it's worth the risk in order to get some better equipment. The Moth Dagger is a pretty good boost in attack power. It's been a while since Sten been in the party, so it's good to get a little bit of a boost, especially on your own. Our first new enemy of High Fort is the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh has a couple spells up his sleeve, one of which is Rotting Breath, as you can see. It'll inflict zombie status on everybody, and when Sten's the only party member, it's pretty crucial to keep him alive. So if you're fighting him just one-on-one, you can just wail on him and finish the fight before a zombie takes effect. Now we're gonna head upstairs, go see what's been happening. Apparently they've opened up their item shop in the inn here. Trubo wants to see. It would be a good idea to stock up on some items. Now this will be your last chance for a while till you finish the events here at High Fort to buy anything. Just to be safe, I bought some tears. I don't know what TearDR stands for. Anti-zombie stuff. Who said that? Alright, so we're gonna meet this Trubo we've been hearing about. There he is. Apparently there's some bad blood between the two of them. Apparently there's some very bad blood between the two of them. So the way I understand it, Sten and Trubo used to be friends. I don't want to fight my own friend. So we're gonna have Sten stay on the defensive. As you can see, Trubo is, well, he's definitely a fighter. Come at you with those nunchucks. He always gets the egg beater 2 attacks in a turn, and I'd say probably 70% of the time he gets it slammed, so the damage can weigh on you pretty heavily. But after 3 rounds, the fight ends. Sten tries to talk to him, get some sense into his head. So that's why Sten's been on the road. He faked his death years ago and he's ashamed to come back. I guess he didn't fake his death, he just took advantage of the convenience that people thought he was dead. Three turns. Ooh. Alrighty. Well, Trubo's not taking no for an answer, so this time we have no choice but to fight. And he wasn't lying. You do have 3 turns to end this fight. If you don't, the screen just goes black, and then it automatically takes you back to the dragon statue as if you had died. And you lose half your money, and it's frustrating. So don't worry about healing up, just keep blasting him with flame. You should easily win in 3 turns, if not 2 turns. Even a great warrior can't fight magic. Sten, being the good guy he is, he's not gonna leave him for dead. Take courage. Pretty much any superpower that involves a human sacrifice, it's usually not the best way to go. Alright, it's time to use some guerrilla tactics. Monkey pun unintended. I always thought that would have been cool if Trubo could have joined your party right there. But alas, we have our full set of party members for this game. If you do follow him where he went, it'll actually lead back up to the main entrance of the castle. You can go back to the item shop if you want. But we're good to go, so we're just gonna follow his instructions. We're gonna take the left route for Formation P. I guess you could consider this a dungeon. It is kind of a mix back and forth between safe areas and dangerous areas. Pretty much anytime you hear the royal music playing for the castle, you don't have to worry about random battles. And then whenever it changes to the dungeon theme, then there are random battles. So they give you a lot of sections where you don't have to worry about random battles. For this part anyway, while you're just Sten, they cut you some slack. Also, I've noticed at the beginning part where it's just Sten, all your random battles should only have one enemy at a time. You don't have to worry about fighting like 4 pharaohs at once or something. They make it a little easy for you. Take a left and you get the treasure box with 1,000 coins. Back. And here we have the most dreaded enemy in the dungeon. The Deathbringer. Don't hesitate to burn your magic against him, especially the fire magic. You want to take him down as quick as possible. And hope that you don't run into him too many times. Fighting him, he's not that bad. He'll get a lot of slam attacks, but nothing to worry about. What you do need to be afraid of is he's called the Deathbringer for a reason. He is the first enemy I think we've run into that can cast death. And it will affect Sten, even though he's the only party member. So if you just get unlucky with the casting of it, you just got a party wipe and you gotta go back. A lot of extra... Oh, hey, there's our party members. All these extra stairs you can take may lead to nothing. For some reason I felt like demonstrating where they all led to nothing. Give me a minute here. They all lead to different parts of the castle with machinery humming. But now we're getting somewhere. Anytime you see a maze-like area in a dungeon, you know you're on the right track. Again, all these dead ends will lead to more machinery. It is a very complex castle. You can tell someone, too, had fun designing this castle. Why are there so many extra little outlets that lead nowhere? I mean, like, why do the walkways just branch out to the left and then end in the middle of nowhere? Oh well. Here's a teleporter that actually works. Oh, here we go. Like Trubo said, we are in the secret passage behind the throne room. So it's swarming with guards right now, but they don't know we're there. Alright, if you're in a hurry, you can just take the center path. But I would definitely recommend taking the two offshoots, because they each include special weapons. The Ninja Dagger is another good boost in attack power, and it also increases the luck of Sten so that he gets more critical hits with it. Here's a fight I left in with the Deathbringer just to show off the death spell, because it looks really cool. I don't know, I've always liked how that looks. So, if you're unlucky, you will see whatever your current hit points is on the damage that death does. But hopefully you'll be lucky and you'll just see a 0. So it was a wasted spell. And they are not worth the experience points considering how much danger you put yourself in. Then if you take the other branching path, you'll get the Cloak Knuckle, which is a decent weapon for Rand. We haven't been using him lately, but it's always good to have updated equipment, because you never know when you'll need them. You'll need to use them in the party. And again, another branching path. General rule of thumb for High Fort is if you run into a branching path, take the left path first. That'll give you a treasure more often than not. The right path will take you to the storyline. So it's a kingdom of mercenaries. So maybe they don't actively go to war with other people. Maybe they just lend aid. They're like the A-team. A nation of A-teams. Sorry, I guess I'm ruining the mood. Right, you tell her, Sten. Uh-oh. Oh. It's not the first time she's got us with that trapdoor. No, she got you too, huh, buddy? I don't know why we're so angry at him. I don't even understand that either. I really tried to lose. Oh well. So Sten has to fight Shupkay. An enemy of Sten is an enemy of mine. Right? And that's how the saying goes. So we're gonna go wail on her collectively as a team. Get our formation back, put us in scramble. Now we are ready to rock and roll. Bring on as many Deathbringers as you want. We have expendable party members now. Oh, yeah. And the mazes get more complicated here. And I also left this battle in with the Pharaohs to show off what else they can do. They are able to cast Cold and Freeze. They'll use the ice magic. Cold, nothing to worry about. Freeze, it's kind of rough, yeah. 103 damage. That'll take care of you. Thankfully, they are still wizards, so they go down in a hit or two. And also, a very, very rare item drop happened to caught on camera. And the skull bracelet, I am not entirely sure what it does. I've looked at a couple forums and stuff for the Breath of Fire games. Some people say it does nothing. Some people say it boosts the chance of a critical hit with your magic spells. And other people say that it prevents death from working on you. I'm not sure at all, so I'll give it to Gene. Gene's kind of a weird guy. We'll give him a weird accessory. And another new enemy, the Raluba. Really, they are super versions of the Death Peeds we encountered between Windia and Captain. I believe they have the exact same moves, Poison Breath and regular attacks. They are also able to cast Zombie Breath. And they have probably triple hit points. Take a couple turns to go down, but really they're not much to worry about. Really the only frustrating thing is the Poison Breath, which, if they get lucky and everyone's poisoned, you'll burn to your antidotes before you finish this dungeon. Otherwise, nothing to worry about in this actual battle. I do seem prone to use more physical attacks than the breath. The main thing when you get to this room is to take a left right away. Once you get that branch out of the way, as you get closer to the center of the maze, it's easier to see how all the paths connect to each other. But if you take a right, it will ultimately lead to a dead end, which it can take about 50 steps to get there and back, which is quite a few random battles. When I was a kid, this was always my least favorite dungeon in the whole game. I always had to look up some strategy guide or something to figure out the directions, but really it's not that bad. Just don't be afraid to walk around, you'll figure it out eventually. And here we have another new enemy. I believe this is the last new enemy for this dungeon. Soul Flick. And he is a ghost enemy, so physical attacks will be doing half damage. Chop Chop still works on him. Really, they're not any danger by themselves. They're more of a nuisance. They try to wear you down before you get to the end of this dungeon. They will cast Drain and Sap on you, so it'll take up drain your hit points, and then worse, it'll drain your AP. So if they cast it on Ryu once or twice, it'll severely weaken his dragon spells if you want to use them later on. More of a nuisance than a danger. And then, whoops, I took a wrong turn. Because we want to go to that room first. Just to show off everything. If you're in really bad shape, you can take this path and go to this doorway. You'll see that it leads to another fountain. So if you're worse for wear, you can take a little detour and fully heal yourself. By the time you walk back, you'll hopefully be in better shape than it took you to get there. Extra AP is always good. Well, they love their random battles here. So as you can see now, the path just kind of spirals into itself. Really think a nation of Highlanders be able to just jump these little gaps. Oh well. Alright, you got 3 teleporters, and I normally say left leads to treasure and side quests or whatnot. I don't know. In this case, going to the left will lead to back to that fountain that we were just at. Going to the right will lead us back to the item shop, which is a huge setback. You have to do the whole dungeon again. You can see that it said emergency exit. And going north will lead to our ultimate goal. How'd you get beat up by a door? I thought you were a great war hero. Alrighty, must be a Highlander thing, I guess. You guys are weird, beating each other up. Well, I'm glad most computers and electronic equipment doesn't do that. If you don't know the password, we will kill you. The portal, he's this little dude. You'd think he'd be fighting like the entire door, but we're just fighting that tiny little head on the door. He's not difficult. Basically, you can just wail on him for a few turns and you win. And we also get to use our medicates finally. I've been saving these up. I bought them from Hans at our township. You can see attack up makes a huge difference to the attack power. Portal, his attacks are decent. Oh, that was strange too. I meant to mention this. For some reason, okay, the Shave Ice and the F-Spice and the Frisbees, they're items that cast magic spells. But the way they're supposed to work is that the spells they cast, they have the animation for whatever element to do, but technically they're supposed to be elemental-less. But for some reason, I've never seen this before, Portal's able to absorb the ice damage, even though it's not supposed to have an element. That's, I don't know, I guess that's useless trivia, but it's a fun little quirk. This fight is mostly just auto battle and heal up when necessary. You can see his physical attacks, they do decent, they do about 50 damage. When he is closer to death, there is a chance that he will use either Fire Breath, which is the lesser of 2 evils, or Typhoon, which is a brand new spell you've never seen, and you won't see in this video, but I'm telling you about it now at least. It's basically a souped up version of Tornado on the whole party. It's pretty rough, it does about 100 damage to everybody. Definitely the most powerful thing we've seen so far. Other than that, yeah, just take it turn by turn. We've definitely seen worse. And it's nice for the door just to open up when the enemy destroys it. Well, okay, that didn't make sense. You look a little slow. Alrighty, I think it'll be a little more heroic to save the princess than work in the background, but whatever, he's told me to do it. A couple more random battles. Got a little careless. Jean took a big hit. 2 freezes from Pharaoh wiped him out. Healing up again. Alrighty, yet another branching path. Everybody knows High Fort loves these. So if you take the teleporter, it will take you back to, again, back to the item shop again, I believe. They really want you to backtrack, I don't know. It's a mean little trick. So ignore that, take the stairs. Anyway, so we just picked up a new item called the collar. I believe only Bow and Cat can equip it, meaning cat, dog, collar. It has strange powers. Actually, what it does is whenever it's equipped as an accessory, it will increase the amount of Rhino battles you have. Why would you want this? You really don't. But if you're impatient waiting to find random battles if you're trying to level up, I guess it could save you some time. Really, I've never used it. Alright, here we go. We got a full party. Hopefully no more pitfalls. Princess is already in the soul-sucking machine. Yeah, heroic entrance. That's what I'm talking about. It's important for Sten to look good. Ooh. So Shupkay is a ghost with glowing armpits. That's what I always thought when I was little. Alrighty, here is Shupkay, yes. A good strategy, you'll notice what I'm doing, is equipping Sten back to the Holy Dagger. It is statistically a lot weaker than the Ninja Dagger. However, being a holy weapon against a ghost Shupkay, it does quadruple normal damage, so it actually does more damage than the Ninja Dagger does. That's the power of elemental weaknesses. So yes, Shupkay is a ghost creature, like you've just seen with the soul flicks and all that. So regular physical attacks will do half damage. So you want to use some magic, however, because I didn't pay close attention. You can see that Spar has been hushed, which blocks your spells, so blocked. A wasted turn for Spar, nothing to worry about. He's probably the weakest member. He's the item dealer. So even though magic is blocked, doesn't mean you can't use items. So yes, Shupkay does have some potent magic up her sleeves. Sonic Boom, as you saw, it can hurt the party a little bit. I believe that she is also able to cast Typhoon. However, she didn't in this video. So again, you won't get to see this super magic. I promise you it'll show up at some point. Hopefully we'll be the ones casting it, but still, you'll see. Just like that, Shupkay's done. Not too difficult. Okay. This kind of sounds like a win-win. I mean, the evil general will be dead. We'll have a super weapon, but we'll have reasonable minds controlling it. The princess can just shut down the program. I say let's let her do it. Trubo Ghost trying to shut down the computer. I think we've all had days like this. Oh no, what did you do? Trubo, you've killed us all! Ugh. know it's only a little sprite there, but I imagine that the party is covered in blood and guts right now. Shupkay exploding all over him. And now it is time for the escape. I always thought this was a cool scene. Oh no, Stan, no! Ooh. Man, Monkey's got some magic. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stan, you're not coming with us? Goodbye, Stan. We'll remember you as a hero. So that's right, this is the end of Sten. I didn't want to ruin that too early, but thanks to Sten's heroic sacrifice, we managed to escape as the tower crumbled. Moment of silence. Everyone trying to reassure themselves. But he is gone. It's okay, we got the happy music for the flute. A believer in the dragon god, that's kind of rare. So Trubo's gonna escort us to the entrance of the castle, since he's the only one that can cross the gaps for us. And the princess was in love with Sten. Trubo's missing his buddy. A bittersweet ending to this quest. We got what we came for, but at what cost? What cost to the kingdom, too? Look at that rubble. All the elevators are blocked off now. Safety reasons. Can't go back to the basement either. Sten was a hero. Take us out, Trubo. Wait, what? Oh my god. Sten, you're alive. Run up and give him a big ol' hug. Sten laughs it off, takes one last look at home. Things haven't changed for him. Once again, everyone thinks he's dead, and he's gonna roll with it. I'm glad he's not dead. Welcome back to the party, buddy. We did get what we came for. We got our famous flute. We can finally go to Tunlin and communicate with everybody. That will be for part 20. Thank you so much for listening to this one. I will see you soon for part 20, and we will figure out what these Tunlins have been trying to say. Alrighty, have a great day. Later.